Lacey, and today I'm going to show you how to use a ball winder. The ball winder I have is a Lacis ball winder. It's really one of my favorite ones for home use. It's not that expensive and it works really well. You can find more expensive ones that might hold up in like a shop setting where you're winding tons of yarn, but for the home winder, this is really all that you need. So I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to use it so that you'll have winding success. It comes out of the box this way. There isn't too much assembly to do. What you'll want to do is find a place that you can mount the ball winder. I don't have a lot of furniture, actually don't have a dining room table, so I put it on the arm of my Poang chair. It's the perfect height and it allows me to clamp it on. You'll want to install it wherever you would use it. And what you do is you just slide the ball winder on, making sure that this little lever goes beneath the arm, and just rotate this red knob to install it. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So you just rotate it, and there it's clamped on. And then the second thing you have to do before it's ready to use is to pull out this arm all the way. This is the feeder arm that keeps your yarn coming at an appropriate angle for you to use. And you want to make sure it's pulled all the way out. It'll feel really snug when it's pulled out, and that's what you want. I've read a lot of reviews of this winder, and I've read some that say that the yarn slips, it doesn't work very well, and that's because this feeder arm isn't pulled all the way out. When it is pulled all the way out, it's positioned perfectly so that you can start using your winder. And there it is, it's set up, goes around in circles, perfect. So now I'm going to show you how to use your yarn on it. Sometimes I use the ball winder to take yarn from a skein, those big loops, and wind it into a ball. But I'm also a bit of a neat freak, so sometimes I use it to get these sad, squashed up little balls and make a tighter new ball. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. So I take my yarn, I usually swap it on the ground, and you want to take the end of your yarn, and this is what you're going to feed through the feeder arm and lock onto the center of the ball winder. So to feed it through, it's got this confusing little loopy thing, and all you want to do is make sure that you wind the yarn through both of those little loops. So I stick it under, and that automatically puts it through this first loop on the left, and then I duck it around and pop it through again. And this is what you need for it to feed properly at the right height. And then you're going to take your yarn and squash it down into the center of these two notches that are in the center of the ball winder, and that's what holds the yarn in place. Now when you're winding, you want to keep a nice tension on the yarn. If you just let it go and start winding like this, your ball's not going to be tight, it's going to be loose, a little unkempt, and that's not the look that you're going for. So I just hold it gently with my hand. Don't hold it too tight or you'll get a rug burn, I guess that's what you'd call it. And then you just start winding. And so you might have noticed it slipped the first time I did the circle. That's fine, it's just getting started, it's finding its way. And I just keep going in circles. And the ball winder is doing all the work to make that nice, pretty looking center pull ball. I don't have to fidget with it or anything. If you're winding a really large skein, which I sometimes do, you might want to stop in the middle and just pull this feeder arm out a little bit, because the one downside to this machine is that the feeder arm does get loose over a lot of uses. And if the feeder arm is to get loose, it will fall down in the middle of your winding. It's not too big of a deal, you just pop it right back out again. And that's really the only thing you have to do. And when you're done, you're done. I like to take the end and just tuck it in to the side, so that way it doesn't get tangled up when I put it on my shelf or whatnot. And I pop it off, and you have a beautiful center pull ball. And that's how to use your ball winder.